My name is Alex, and I'm the co-founder and CEO at Wordcab, an API that generates easy-to-read call summaries at scale. So Adi is the CEO at Workis, a management platform for service businesses like locksmiths and plumbers that does hundreds of hours of outbound sales calls every month. When Adi came to us, he had two critical pain points. Sales reps didn't have time to take detailed notes in their CRM as they rushed meeting to meeting. And in turn, sales managers had to wade through dozens of transcripts and recordings for quality assurance and training on a weekly basis. Luckily, Adi found Wordcab. With Wordcab's API, you could take any text transcript or audio recording, and with the power of deep learning, convert it into a short, easy-to-read summary that sounds like it was written by a human. Now, in a few seconds, you could tell that Lauren and Sam discussed order details and return tracking in this call. And if you want more information, we're the only summary API that offers 5 distinct levels of detail for every generated summary, and the ability to extract and summarize only relevant parts of a call with just a keyword input. Now, Workis sends all of their sales call recordings to the Wordcab API, and then in turn, pushes the generated summaries directly to their HubSpot CRM. Now, sales reps can focus on their meetings instead of taking copious notes, while sales managers save time during reviews. All in all, Workis saves an average of 250 hours every month, thanks to Wordcab. Here's what Adi says. Wordcab is transformative for the productivity world. It saves us a lot of time listening to sales calls, and now it's just a couple of minutes a day reading summaries. Anyone can sign up for Wordcab and try our summary capabilities using our simple UI. But our focus is on our set of APIs and developer tools that help product teams integrate summary technology into their platforms. For example, Jiminy is a platform that helps sales teams analyze their calls. After integrating Wordcab, summaries are now the preferred method for reviewing calls on the platform. Users generate north of 20,000 summaries every week, saving thousands of hours in reading time. Since officially launching in July, we've seen an average MOM of 19% and are summarizing well over 100,000 conversations every month. Wordcab is part of a handful of companies that use deep learning to summarize conversations at scale. However, we distinguish ourselves by focusing on readability and customizability. We have 2 simple volume-based pricing models, one for summarizing text transcripts and one for summarizing audio files. With an average cost of 2 to 3 cents per API call, and an estimated 100 billion relevant business calls in the US, we see a TAM of 2 to 3 billion in a relatively untapped market. But that's just the beginning. The road to 100 million ARR includes summarizing new languages like Spanish and Italian, new capabilities like topic-based summaries, and new verticals like healthcare and education. We have a stellar team, including Federico, our co-founder, and a serial entrepreneur who recently sold his sales engagement startup. And myself, I have 5 years of NLP and AI experience, and 10 years of writing and editing experience. My name is Alex, and I'm the co-founder at Wordcab, an API that generates easy-to-read call summaries at scale.
All right, well done, Alex. All right, investor judges. David, you're up next, please.
Curious on who the exact entry point target customer is. Across the pitch, you kind of went from a locksmith that feels very SMB to potentially an enterprise customer. And there are examples, you talk about sales a lot, but there are examples of customer support applications and QA applications. Kind of where do you start and how do you expand from there?
Awesome. Thank you, David. Ishan.
Yeah, one thing I'd love to know about is with respect to your GTM, are you approaching the companies directly, or are you going through companies like Otter AI, which, help companies transcript and then, build a relation through them?
Hi, thanks, Ishan. Kira?
Yeah, so I'm curious how you think about competition. I'm thinking of examples like Firefly's AI. And also, what actions, if any, can you take from the summary? I'm thinking of an example in our portfolio. It's called DeepScribe, and it's like an Alexa for the patient-doctor visit room. And what they do is they format the transcription and the notes into like a SOAP doctor format, and that's part of their success. So just curious if there's any actions associated.
All right, thank you so much. And from the syndicate, Francis is asking, how fast is your revenue growing month after month, month over month? And Dennis is asking, question on the tech side. Are you planning to integrate NLP for sentiment analysis or additional features on top of the text summaries? That's a lot to throw at you, Alex. Do your best, please. You have 2 minutes.
Sure. David, you asked about our target customers. That would be anyone who handles a lot of audio files or text transcripts. We're particularly targeting companies that process customer support calls, for example, customer support software, or revenue intelligence platforms, the Gong and Chorus types, or their competitors, anyone who handles a lot of sales calls. Basically, we're looking for a volume. Since we're a consumption business, we're an API as a service. We're looking for companies that process anywhere from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands up to millions of calls every month. That's how we plan to initially target our customers, and then later expand into a bottom-up approach and target more so developers and internal teams. Ishan, you asked about our GTM and whether we approach companies directly or via transcription services like Otter and Sonics. We're currently doing this directly. We've mapped out around 2,000 to 3,000 companies that do process a lot of audio files or text transcripts every month. And we're reaching out to their CTOs, CEOs, the decision makers who really understand the problem of not everybody's going to want to go back and look at a transcript. They're going to want to see a shorter version, a summary of that call, especially if you're looking back at a week's worth of calls, if you're a sales manager and have to go through each one just to see who you have to follow up on. And we are planning to work with several transcription providers. We're in talks with some companies. We think that's a great partnership model, being able to partner with them and offer summarization services to their users. Kira, you asked about competition like Fireflies. We see Fireflies as more of a customer. Since we're an OEM solution, we plan to integrate our product into their UI. That's actually all the time I have, so I'd love to answer any questions in chat or afterwards. Thanks.